sleep, I wish that you were here with me. Cause I need some help to save me from myself. And I know I shouldn't think about you, but I do all the time. My, oh my. My, oh my. Oh man, I'm a stumbler, a street rambler, looking for trouble wherever I go. And nighttime is calling, my judgment is falling, and I won't give up till the sun comes up. All I know is that I'm losing my grip. As I lay me down to sleep, I wish that you were here with me. Cause I need some help to save me from myself. And I know I shouldn't think about you, but I do all the time. As I wake up in despair, you know I say a little prayer. Cause I need some help to save me from myself. And I know I shouldn't think about you, but I do all the time. My, oh my. My, oh my. My, oh my. And darling, I need you. I'm more than I want to. So as I lay me down, won't you save me? As I lay me down to sleep, I wish that you were here with me. Cause I need some help to save me from myself. And I know I shouldn't think about you, but I do all the time. As I wake up in despair, you know I say a little prayer. Cause I need some help to save me from myself. And I know I shouldn't think about you, but I do all the time. My, oh my. My, oh my.
Hi everyone, welcome to the latest and most exciting recognition event yet. As Crowd1 speeds into the future with our spectacular new plans and products, we as always want to celebrate you. We want to recognize and appreciate and celebrate the very best of what makes Crowd1 great, which is you. Your hard work, your passion and your determination is what leads to our success. And these events are so important to us so that we can thank all of you pioneers for the massive success you have had in building your businesses and changing your lives for good. From director title to senior titles, we have so many special people to recognize today, really the best of Crowd1. We will also get to enjoy some world-class entertainment and some inspiring speech from Stefan Hyttfors, who will share his thoughts about the future. So, let's get to it. Let's celebrate you.
Hello everyone. We're so excited to be here at the latest spectacular recognition event. I'm Alice Svensson.
And I'm Victor Weichan. It's good to see you, Alice.
Good to see you, Victor. It's a pleasure having you here with me today. Now, to kick off, we are celebrating all the newest Director 1-star members who have risen through the ranks and climbed through the ladder to be true leaders. What a spectacular, special achievement.
Yeah, wow. Congratulations to all of you.
Let's keep it moving with our fantastic new Director 2-star members.
You have all worked so hard this year. When you become a Director 2-star is when you're truly starting to work as a dedicated leader. And your dedication and perseverance is inspiring to all of us.
Well done to all of you.
Now we come to our special director 3-star members.
These special affiliates have worked so hard to reach the top director level, and this is a really powerful achievement, showing true grit, determination, and passion.
Congratulations to all of you hard workers.
Now it's time to celebrate a really special group of members. They've been the highest achievers in the Pick Spinner competition. The winner of the spinner has won a trip to one of the beautiful islands in the Maldives from Crowd 1 and 5,000 IXTs from Planet IX. Congratulations! Winners in placement 2 to 10 receive a trip to the vibrant Dubai, and in places 2 to 4 you get 2,000 IXTs, and from place 4 to 10 getting 1,000 IXTs from Planet IX. In place 11 to 50, you receive 500 IXTs, and in place 51 to 200, you receive 100 IXTs. And finally, in place 101 to 250, you receive 50 IXTs. Have a look at our winners right here.
Let's move on to the presidents, shall we?
Absolutely. To be a president, it takes courage, determination, and perseverance. And we are so proud of these members for taking the initiative and progressing so well.
Exactly. It's time to celebrate our very special President 1 stars who have reached this fantastic achievement thanks to their resilience and passion. Congratulations, all of you.
And now for some of the fantastic hard workers that have achieved President 2-star status. You have really blossomed and shown your talent through your dedication, drive, and determination.
It really is a truly amazing achievement, and we couldn't be prouder. Well done to all of you. And now, let's celebrate the incredible achievement, the hard work, and the sheer determination of our next special group.
We want to give our admiration and recognition to you, our newest President 3 stars. Your passion for your business has shown through, and you have risen up the ranks tremendously this year.
A truly special achievement. Congratulations, all of you.
Dear old mama, I got news for you. Got a still too hot and a bad tattoo. Sorry, mama, I ain't been in touch, but I ran out of money, gambled all my luck. Oh, and mama thought that I've been blessed. Got to tell you about this boy I met. He had sweet blue eyes, the kind you can't forget. Set my soul afire, and then he left. Save me, I can't get enough of you. Save me, I can tell you I've been blue. Save me, gonna hit the road tonight before I lose my mind. Save me, I can't get enough of you. Save me, I can tell you I've been blue. Save me, gonna hit the road tonight before I lose my mind. Dear old mama, another time has come. Emptying out my pockets and my hope is gone. 'Cause he took my heart and turned it inside out. So I pack my bags and I'm leaving town. Save me, I can't get enough of you. Save me, I can tell you I've been blue. Save me, gonna hit the road tonight before I lose my mind. Save me, I can't get enough of you. Save me, I can tell you I've been blue. Save me, gonna hit the road tonight before I lose my mind. Oh, save me. Oh, save me. Dear old mama, I got news for you. Got a still so hard and a bad tattoo. Sorry, mama, I ain't been in touch, but I ran out of money, gambled all my luck. Save me, save me, save me, save me, save me. I can't get enough of you. Save me, I can tell you I've been blue. Save me, gonna hit the road tonight before I lose my mind. Before I lose my mind.
Thank you, Victoria, for that fantastic performance. Now, we have a very special guest to introduce, one of the most visionary speakers of all time. Stefan Hyttfors is a futurist first and foremost. He lectures around the world on how innovation, disruptive technologies, and behavioral change affect the world. The mission is to inspire as many as possible to embrace change and change the world for the better. He is an award-winning, critically acclaimed, and globally respected speaker, and it is my great pleasure to introduce him to you. Please welcome Mr. Stefan Hyttfors.
How do you feel today? If you are like most people, you're probably optimistic from the individual perspective and pessimistic when you think about the world around you. Gallup recently did a poll, and they asked Americans about how they are doing right now. And it turns out that they turned a 40-year high from the individual perspective. So it's never been better as an individual. But then when they ask them about the state of the world around them, it's never been worse. And this paradox I refer to as the I am fine, but everything is terrible. So usually these days when I talk to people about the future, it turns out that more and more people feel a bit worried about the future, even dystopic sometimes. And that worries me. So I'm here to tell you today why you should not worry about the future, why you actually should have a good perception of the future when we talk about the future. I guess you feel kind of used to seeing these kind of images, these visuals of robots and artificial intelligence and all the tech stuff that it's coming in the future. But this is a better visual to start a presentation about the future. Actually, today in 2022, it's really, really hard for a machine, for an algorithm, to tell the difference between a muffin and a dog. That's where we are. So maybe we shouldn't be so scared when we talk about all these new tech gadgets. So, of course, I don't know the future. I don't know more than you do. I study trends. And when you study trends, you should focus maybe not on the size, but rather on the speed of a trend. How fast is something growing, or how fast is it shrinking? And that can give you some clues about the future. So let's start and let's watch this trend. This here is 2,000 years of human evolution. And then on the other axis, you can see GDP per capita. So in this slide here, you know this already, of course, that the history of humanity was always the same. We were dirt poor all throughout history. So here you have 2,000 years of poverty. And then now, recently, the last 250 something years, something has changed, and we are on the growth trajectory. So I'm showing you this just to remind you of the time we live in. When you feel negative sometimes, you should think of how amazing this time is. I mean, again, if you would have been alive during these 2,000 years when change was slow, or when there was pretty much no change at all, then the work we did was always the same. You woke up in the morning and you had to worry about survival. That was your problem. So the work we did was to survive, to get some food, some shelter, some protection, and that was about it. And that means in a time like this, when you have slow change or no change at all, then experience is going to be the most valuable resource. The one with experience can tell us how to hunt for food or how to get a fire working when it's wet outside, these things. And that's why I believe that we value experience above everything. So experience is key to survival in an environment like this. Now, obviously, if we are changing and going this way instead, we are growing, becoming richer and richer all the time, then the work we do and the problem that keeps us up at night is not the same anymore. We don't worry. Most people in the world today don't worry about just staying alive. Now we need to worry about how to keep up with all the new trends, all the new technologies, all the new problems and opportunities. And that's why experience is not going to be key anymore. Experience, of course, is valuable, but it's not going to be key to success. Experience might even become the problem. You all heard about the disrupted companies like the Nokias or the Kodak, and remember why they went bankrupt or disrupted. The reason a company disappeared rarely was because they had a lack of experience or resources or money. The reason Kodak is gone, for instance, is because they were the best, doing what no one needs. So again, remember that in a rapid change environment, experience is not going to be key to success anymore. Now, of course, you know what happened when we changed direction. We sort of came up with a quick fix. We realized that the planet we live on, this beautiful planet of ours, is like a giant meatball. 300 million years of stored energy. And if we just consume this energy here and now, of course, we have unlimited energy, so we can have anything we ever wish for here and now. And that's what we've been doing. So to see the problem, the new problem we're facing, we need to check this trend. And this here is CO2 emissions. You know this, of course, but when you look at it from this perspective, it's pretty obvious that the models, the business models, the solutions we have so far, they work beautiful. They work, I mean, again, the time we're alive in today is like a magic time. But from now on, we need to solve this problem because both these curves are not going to be able to grow anymore. Either we stop this one, so we change our business models, or this will stop. We will stop economic growth. And we can see that already. We see the costs as a result of rising CO2 emissions. The direct costs of this are already taking a toll. If you look at the insurance industry, for instance, you can see that what we refer to as billion-dollar disasters is growing all the time. So different kind of problems that cost the companies more and more to solve. And you also see it from an investment perspective. Where do you want to put your money today? Well, definitely you need to look at new technologies. So renewable energy today is just like processing power was 2 decades ago. So maybe you remember 20 years ago we were talking about Moore's law. So we get more and more processing power, so we have cheaper and cheaper computers. And as a result of that, today everybody have a smartphone with a supercomputer inside of it. So same situation in renewable energy today. You can see that the price on solar, for instance, is down 90% in 10 years' time. The price on wind is half since 10 years ago. So we have exponential growth in processing power, just like we now have exponential growth in new technologies for how to create energy. So it's only a matter of time until people are not going to be able to afford using the old models anymore, the old business models. We need to come up with new business models, and the reason we will do it is not just because people have an urge to go green. It's not just going to be about ideology. It's going to be about money. You can already see that the best investment opportunity of our lifetime is probably to decarbonize the global economy. Everybody right now is sort of chasing for the next Tesla. Who will be the Tesla of healthcare? Who will be the Tesla of gaming? Who will be the Tesla of food? And who will be the Tesla of energy? All these questions, out there, who will manage to actually decarbonize the global economy? So again, this shift is happening because of money, because right now it's getting cheaper to do it the new way. And this tells us something. This tells us not just that our business models need to change, but it also tells us that when we read the news and we hear about all these scary visions about totally destroyed planet and all of that, we should pay a little bit more attention to all the positive tipping points as well. First of all, we don't need to save the planet. Planet Earth don't care. This is a question about us. How long will we be on the planet and how will that future look like? That's the question. That's what's at stake. And secondly, and more importantly, if you sort of start to study trends and not just pay attention to the news media, you will see that there are so many positive tipping points right now when new technologies and new solutions, new business models out there are actually disrupting the old ones. So when I talk about a company like Tesla or renewable energy, then we talk about technology. And of course, technology will be central when we talk about the future. This here is a computer, the way it looked when I grew up. So now you know my age too. This is a mainframe computer, a whole room full of computing power. This is the way computers looked like in the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s. And then we went from mainframe to laptop. So they were big enough to fit in a desk. And then from desktop to laptop, and laptop to mobile, and now mobile to wearable. So now we start to put this on our bodies. So I have this, I carry this on my arm right now. And that means a huge shift for us, because up until now, information technology was all about information from the outside in. So I have, in my smartphone, for instance, I have access to all the world's information from the outside world to me. So I can find my way in a new city on Google Maps, or I can stream and have entertainment services delivered. I can have communication going on with my friends. All of that thing we're doing all the time, But from now on, when I carry this on my body, I will start to receive information from my body as well, from my inside. So I will get new data. I will get data about how I am, how many hours of sleep I got last night, what's my pulse right now? How many steps did I take? These things. And then when I send all this data up to the cloud, then of course an algorithm can connect all the dots. And when an algorithm can connect all the dots, it's pretty easy to see a pattern. And this pattern will tell me not just how I am, but why. Why do I feel the way I do? What did I do different today compared to yesterday or last week or last month or something? So it's going to be hard, inevitable probably, for us to not buy into health tech products when a company, a tech company, gives us perfect health as an offer. You buy this new watch and you put it on your arm and you will have perfect health. No fear of cancer or blood pressure issues or diabetes or heart failure or something like that. We will put that watch on our body. And with that, we will start to monitor not just how we are, but also why. I think this is amazing, of course. Again, it's an amazing time to be alive. But it's going to be hard and tricky when we give away all this data without thinking about who do we give it to. Because obviously, monetization of data will be huge. You have heard the cliche, data is the new oil. But what does that mean? What do we mean when we say that data is the new oil? Well, we mean probably that all this data we give away will be a business in itself. So imagine you have this watch on your arm, this promise of perfect health, and it tells you everything you need to know to feel good. And then you go to the bank to apply for a loan to buy a new apartment, and the bank says no. Because according to the bank's computer, you're not trustworthy anymore. Because you might be depressed in 3 years' time or something according to the algorithm. Then we start to question, who did we give the data to? So we need to pay attention to all of this. Of course, we should jump ahead and we should embrace all these new technologies, but we have to start talking about who should own all the data. Next up, we will start to wear the internet, not just as a watch, but we will put it on. You probably saw the new version of the Google glasses, for instance. So a couple of months back, Google introduced their new glasses that can give us subtitles. So I can talk to you and you can talk to me in different languages and we still understand each other because we have access to subtitles straight on. So right now we will start to enter this metaverse, this world where we're actually not anymore able to tell the difference between a real world and a digital world. And of course, this might sound goofy to start with, but I argue that we already live in a metaverse. I mean, again, if you think of how you consume the internet today, you probably spend a lot of time staring at your phone. So we're already in this metaverse. And with new technologies like glasses, we will just have a better experience being there. If you look at kids have been playing games in metaverse for a long, long time. And in these games, of course, there will be options like digital merchandise. So you can buy stuff for your avatars, or you can upgrade, or you can find new levels, or you can improve on your scores, all these things. And for us today to enter a world where we buy things, digital merchandise, or where we buy non-fungible tokens, or where we buy cryptocurrency, again, to the old generation, this sounds weird. This sounds goofy. I mean, why would you want to buy something like a non-fungible token or a cryptocurrency or something for your avatars? These are, to old people, these are things that does not exist. But remember, only old people talk about digitization. Young people never use the word digital. Digitization is already done. We're already in metaverse. The thing that will happen from now on is just that the experience will improve all the time. And of course, if we're already in this metaverse, we want to own stuff in the digital world. Human beings always wanted to own stuff, invest in stuff, invest in the future. So if you decide to invest in NFTs or cryptocurrencies, that's just the same as compared to like your grandmother or grandfather probably invested in like a painting to put on the wall, or maybe a diamond necklace to put in a bank vault, never wear it. We just want to own stuff in the digital world because we are already alive and living in the digital world. And then when you talk to them about these things like cryptocurrencies, they will say that, yes, stay away from that. You know, a thing like Bitcoin, for instance, they will say, look at it, it's crazy, it's very volatile, it goes like this all the time. You cannot trust this new system, this is not real money. And of course it's volatile, it's new. Everything new is volatile. We are trying to get the new business model, the necessary business model, to change. Remember again, we need to change our approach to everything we do. and it's very volatile. But if you stretch the perspective, if you study something like Bitcoin, like this here graph, if you stretch it, you can see that, well, the trend is kind of obvious, isn't it? It's growing. Even though we, in the short-term perspective, might have a crash or two or three, the long-term trend is obvious. If you study Bitcoin in a long-term trend perspective, you can see that from 2011 to 2021, we had a compound annual growth rate. So that means how much did it grow every year? Average 200%. So 10 years straight, average 200% up. There is no other asset that performed like that. And then we know, if you pay attention to the technology rather than the news media that talks about volatility, we also know that this is new technology. And the reason we invest or we believe in this new technology is that no one can manipulate supply. And you might even be bold enough to say that, yeah, but this is not the way I think of crypto. This is not the way I study the Bitcoin course, for instance. I think of the US dollar. What's the value of a US dollar compared to Bitcoin? You can switch and look at it from this side too. Well, this is the US dollar. So again, just by thinking about the trends they're not talking about in the news media, you might realize that we are alive in one of the most fantastic times ever. We're in the growth trajectory. We are like gods. Everybody have access to super computers, to powers that were impossible to believe in just 200 years ago. And when we talk about scary things like war, for instance, the reason we talk about war today is because it's not natural anymore. It's because we know about it, we heard about it. If you and I would have been alive 200 years ago, we wouldn't even know about wars going on. So pay a little less attention to the news media and study trends and study them from a long-term perspective. And I'm sure that in the end, even though I don't know you, I'm sure of one thing. Everybody listening to this can tell the difference between a muffin and a dog without hesitation. You can do it immediately. And the reason you can do that is because you are human beings. You are aware. You have awareness. Machines don't have that, only in Hollywood. We don't talk about artificial awareness. We talk about artificial intelligence. Intelligence means machines are able to solve problems. Awareness means, well, they can feel. They have feelings. So how do you feel today? Well, you do feel. It doesn't matter if you feel good or bad today. You feel. And that's your superpower. You have feelings. You have emotions. Machines don't have that. And when everybody have access to data, we cannot compete with data anymore. Price and quality, these things will be irrelevant because everybody have access to data. So competition in the future will be about one thing only: emotions, opinions, feelings. And the human beings that understand this the best will be very hard to beat. So I hope that gave you some new thoughts, and I hope you agree with me when I say that I would not choose any other time to be alive if I had the option. This is an amazing time to be alive. And that trend tells us the future will probably be even better. So I wish you the best of luck.
Now, to reach the senior president here, you have to be diligent, passionate, and disciplined, and so much more. It really is one of the greatest achievements, and it requires so much.
That's why we are so proud, so inspired, so amazed by our next group. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our newest incredible senior presidents.
And that takes us to the end of this very special recognition event.
Well, what's truly inspiring to me is, of course, all the achievements from you at home, but also the messages shared by our speakers.
Yes, for sure. And I love the way Stefan taught us to look at and embrace change.
Great speakers and great achievements.
Now, I wish all of you an amazing month, and I look forward to celebrating your titles in the months to come. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.
Are we done? 'Cause I feel like it's not working out. Got a lot on my mind. Try to tell you, but nothing came out. I know I can be hard sometimes. Didn't wanna let you down. Said a lot of things just to hurt you. No, you did the same, so please. Now I ask you honestly, do you even wanna be with me? Gave you my heart, can't believe you just tore it apart. They keep telling me, girl, you'll be fine. But how can I be when you're not with me? You said I won't leave. I never believed